What up, my dudes? Oh, boys, Team Fried finally did it. Yes. Whoo! We got Jason Anderson winning the 450 main event in 2022 at Oakland, and Stank Dog making it into the 250 main event on a 125. Ho. Bro, I think there's something to this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm getting at here, dude? I think there's a little something to this. Switchy boy gonna have to look a little deeper into that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dog. Okay. Okay, so we got Jason Anderson. I mean, man, he's back, dude. He's back, dude. Just like Ricky Carmichael said in the broadcast, he looked just like he did back in his title run back in 2018, right? That was the year he won, pretty sure. But he just looked aggressive on the bike, looked like he was flowing, looked like he was going. Fucking back of the jersey hanging out. I mean, it was the old school Anderson. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, man. I was kind of questioning if I was ever going to see that again from him. So this is actually a pretty big deal right here. Because I thought, man, you know, Anderson won that Supercross, 450 Supercross title, and then I felt like he kind of got a little bit complacent with it. Like, oh my God, Smitzy boy popping off now. Been forever since I went in here and played some Supercross 2, man. Oh, it's interesting going back to these different Supercross games after not playing them for a while here. But, yeah, I mean, I thought, you know, after Anderson won that first Supercross title, I was like, man, that's probably all he's ever going to do. I feel like at least in my head, I thought he kind of got like satisfied, like overly satisfied with that first Supercross title. And then he never really won much after that. He never really did much after that. But I think everybody hounding on him and being like, where's Anderson at? What the hell? I mean, all this kind of stuff. I think it's only helped him. It's helped him. I think Barcia taking him out in the first round only helped him. You know what I mean? I think all these things have come together to kind of put him up here like this again because he wants to prove that he can still do it. You know, I think he felt like he proved a lot when he won that first Supercross championship, and he did. Don't get me wrong. I mean, just winning one 450 Supercross title is a really big deal. But I feel like Anderson could win a lot more 450 titles. I think he just kind of got a little caught up in it and kind of, you know, I bet, you know, for the longest time he thought, man, if I could just win one of these 450 Supercross titles, that'd be good, you know. But I think now he's realizing, now that he's on Monster Energy Cowie, he's, you know, not done very good for a few years. I think it's kind of reinvented his mindset on it a little bit. And man, oh man. I mean, I know some people think Anderson's just like chilling in the background, not doing jack shit, you know, rolling it up. Kid Cudi action, right? But dude, he can still ride that bike. Like whatever the hell he's doing off of the bike, he can still ride that bike, bro. There ain't no question about that. I mean, if this basically just shut everybody up right here that was saying that like Anderson doesn't really train as much or Anderson doesn't really care as much, or it shut all those people up. We don't need to hear any of that again because he can and he almost did really good in that Anaheim 1 race too. If he wouldn't have got taken out by Barcia in that race, dude, he at least would have got a second place in that race. So just imagine, if he wouldn't have got taken out by Barcia, you'd have been looking at at least a second place at Anaheim 1 and then a first place at Oakland. A 2 and a 1 is what you would have been looking at had he not gotten taken out by Barcia. Good old Bam Bam, right? So when you think about it, when you actually think about this shit, Anderson really has been the most consistent in the first two rounds, minus obviously the Barcia takeout. Anderson really has been the most consistent between, like, when you compare it to like Tomac or Roczen or Webb. You know, Roczen and Webb did not do very good at all in this Oakland round here. So, and they did a lot better in that Anaheim 1 round. Tomac's still chilling like in a 4th or a 5th. So he's kind of like right there in both. I think he got a 6th in the first and like a 4th or a 5th in Oakland. So, but yeah, like I'm saying, if you took away that Barcia takeout on Anderson, he would literally be looking at like a 2nd and a 1st. So he is definitely well within the potential title hunt this year. I know a lot of people probably didn't really have him picked. I know a lot of people are kind of right there in that like Tomac, Roxon, or Webb. I just don't think a lot of people really had Anderson picked that kind of way. And, you can't really blame him. Anderson's not really been the same guy since he won his Supercross title. And we all really didn't know exactly what was going to happen on this Monster Energy Kawasaki. But, man, the fact that he was up there in that first round and then up there again in that second round, that gives you enough proof right there that it ain't some fluke. You know what I mean? It ain't like some fluke win for Anderson or whatever. But he needs to stay on that shit, you know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up. Now you finally won and proved everybody wrong that was saying that you weren't training and all that. Well, you got to keep proving them wrong, dude. Go out there and get you another 450 Supercross title, man. Put them in the dirt. Put in work. I would love to see Anderson go out there and win another 450 Supercross title, dude. That would be sick. That'd be awesome right there, man. But yeah, I think Anderson has changed the game with all the team fried stuff. I mean, he has definitely taken her to another level, bro, and that's really cool to see. I love to see this like little bit more edgy, little bit more, not so clean cut. All this bullshit. I feel like a lot of these factory riders kind of get caught up in this bullshit, clean cut, no real opinion, no character, nothing like that. Anderson's one of the dudes that's bringing all that shit back, He's bringing all that character back, team fried, roll it up, like, you know what I'm saying? We need that in this sport. And that's what I was trying to say in that one video when I was talking about Marchbanks. If these boys are having a little bit of fun off of the bike, bro, if they're getting the results, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to get too stressed out, or these team owners don't need to get too worried about what these riders are doing off of the bike and shit like that. If they're getting the results, they're getting the results. And Anderson's a perfect example of that right here. I mean, everybody and their grandmother thought, oh, Anderson's not really training, Oh, Anderson's just chilling back Bob Marley action like he's never going to win another race. And here you go. Here you fucking go, dude. Stank Dog gets in there on the 125. We already know what Stank Dog's all about, right? Definitely with that Gypsy podcast video. Ooh, Pinchy Boy keeps popping off right there on that same jump. That's kind of cool. But, yeah, I love to see this, though, man. I mean, I think that really is so needed in this sport, to get those personalities and get those dudes that kind of have their own wave and their own vibe. And it's only going to make so many more people connect to it, And I think that's what Monster Energy Cowie realized with Anderson and all the team fried stuff. That's probably why they didn't freak out about all of it. Like, oh, this is not marketable. This is too edgy. This is too out there. We can't back this, right? But they realized how much that shit resonates with this moto fan base. You got to understand what kind of fan base you're talking about here. This, motocross in general is not the most clean-cut thing that I would say. It's definitely not like a super clean-cut thing, you know what I mean? I mean, that's why you got like a metal militia and all this kind of stuff, bro. J-Law resonated so much with the moto community. I mean, it kind of... Can Spency get around this track? I don't know, dude. I'm in such a deep conversation right here. I'm not even paying attention to the track. Yeah, it's cool hitting that inside right there, though. But, yeah, so Supercross 2, that's when they started to add a little bit of that pop-off system that was not there in the first Supercross game. Interesting. Kind of playing this game like it's the first Supercross game, and I have to remember that there is still a little bit of a pop-off system here, but... Yeah, but what I was saying, though, is like, that's what makes this what it is. If everybody was some clean-cut, dungy, this shit would be so boring. This shit would not be fun to watch. It would not, you got to remember, and I understand it, when you've got, it's a business, you've got to be careful when you get certain things that you're advertising with sponsors and stuff like that. But at the exact same time, you got to remember, man, that's part of what makes this shit what it is. Like the Team Fried stuff and the you know, the Metal Militia and the J-Laws and all these boys that are really got like a personality to it, doing something a little bit different. Obviously, J-Law was a extreme example of that, and he definitely went completely off the rails. Let's not pretend, but I'm just saying it's okay if these boys want to do some stuff like Anderson and Team Fried. That's all good, baby. That's all good. There ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with that, right? And yeah, I'm just saying I love to see it. So either way, Anderson got him a 450 win. He was pretty much on it, dude. The whole main event, I mean, somebody would have had to have been scooting to run with him. Like that's pretty much what it's coming down to in these 450 main events. It's pretty much just the start. I mean, that's like everything now, right? Like Sexton wasn't really up there. Roxon wasn't really up there. Of course, Roxon did have a crash, but it ain't like back in them days when Tomac could just come from a 10th place and catch back up to everybody. It's not like that anymore, bruh. It's pretty much all based upon your start, you know? That's such a big part to it. I think they're going to be playing musical chairs. Let me not sound too much like Ricky Bobby right now. I mean, Ricky Carmichael right now, right? I call him Ricky Bobby because I'm like playing around when I'm watching Supercross, but you know, I think that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be like one weekend, it's going to be like all these dudes are up front winning, and then the next weekend, it's going to be like all those dudes are up front winning, and then it's just going to switch around, right? You had Plessinger up there, second place. That's pretty impressive on the KTM. I was not expecting him to do that good that quick, but like I say, that start will do some crazy things. But Anderson's the only one in my mind that's really like done it in both races at this point, you know? He's done it in both main events. Nobody else has really done that. Obviously, he didn't really have the result to show that in the first one, but that's because he got took out. But he was on his way for sure at even Anaheim 1. But you know what I mean? But I think that that jump is just a little further than you think it would be. Kind of funny. I might have to hit that a little harder. Spency boy out here looking like a scrub on Supercross 2. Oh my God. I had to re-download this game on Steam. I didn't even have it downloaded at the time. But yeah, definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But I don't know if Anderson could get away with all of like the Team Fried stuff and everything that he does if he wasn't already a 450 Supercross champion, you know? I don't know if you could risk it like that and kind of like, you know, be that edgy like that with your stuff that you're doing if you weren't already a 450 Supercross champion. I think that really helps out Anderson's case right there. I think that really, like, once you become a 450 Supercross champion, kind of seems to me like you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want to do, and it don't really matter, you know? It's kind of what it seems like to me personally, but yeah, nonetheless, man, Anderson got it done at Oakland. Love to see it. Love to see it, bruh. Love to see it, bruh. Love to see these personalities. That's why when I say stuff like I don't want AMA to get too involved with like takeouts on the track or trying to tell people to not ride as aggressive or try to get all too professional and shit like that. It's a fine line. You got to be real careful of that because, like I say, you get too professional on everything, then everybody just becomes a dungy. They don't speak their mind anymore. They don't actually really, you know, put their personality out there anymore because they're too scared that they're going to lose a sponsorship or they're not going to get a ride or whatever. And then everybody's like the exact same, and then everything becomes stale and stagnant and boring, and then you don't have any personality in it anymore. But that's what makes it what it is, you know? The Team Fried, the Andersons, the Barcias, the Plessingers, all these dudes like that. That's what makes it what it is, bro. So, and it allows like certain people to resonate with, you know, certain fan bases to resonate with certain riders, and that's what turns it into what it is. You know, that's how you get more viewership. That's how you get more people to it. So I'm just saying, you know, it's a fine line between that keeping her professional, but like also allowing things, you know, some things in there as well. But yeah, dude, love to see Anderson win. I was just saying that in my previous video talking about Barcia taking out Anderson. I was like, you know, if Anderson's really got it like that, he'll show that in the next couple races, and god dang it, he did, dude. I'm actually shocked. I'm not going to lie. I really was not expecting Anderson to be up there again at Oakland. But boy, oh boy, he's proven it ain't no fluke this year, man. I mean, and if he's up there in the next race on top of that, oh, bro. I would love to see that. I would love to see Anderson go out there and at least get a podium in the next race. Yes. That's going to put him really good in the points. He would be in the points lead if it wasn't for Barcia taking him out in that first race. For sure. Hundo percento, bro. For sure, dude. So just kind of picture that. Just imagine that, you know. We could have another Anderson championship run on our hands, boys. We could certainly have that right now. I'd love to see it, dude. Love to see it, bro. But nonetheless, man, just want to come here and make a quick little video on this. Awesome, dude. Awesome to see Anderson. And then he and Barcia kind of made up. They, you know, did all the team fried stuff, so that was cool. Made up on that. Probably smart by everybody's camp to do that, because it's just going to make, you know, you never want to make enemies out there. That's all I know. That's all I know, bro. The more enemies you make out there, the tougher and the tougher it gets in a championship run, you know what I'm saying? So, but nonetheless, Anderson's on his way, dude. He's on his way. Looks like he's right back like he was, man. Right back like he was. That Cowie's definitely got it going on. He just looks comfortable on it. Just looks like he's feels good on it, you know. Felt like there towards the end of his Husky years, it's like he just wasn't comfortable on the bike anymore or something. He just wasn't gelling on the bike anymore, you know. But nonetheless, man, Spency boy popping off left and right. I'll see you boys on that next video. Later, dudes.